One classroom, one camera, and one terrifying moment that shut the whole place down.
2:10 a la chingada. Oh, mames.
These aren't ordinary school stories. These sightings are unexplainable. What was caught is downright chilling, and I'm sure you won't look at schools the same after this. Let's begin. A teacher was staying late, decorating his classroom after hours, something he often did. He'd gotten used to the haunted vibe of the school, hearing creaks and whispers echoing through the halls, chalking it up to an old building. But that night was different. While reaching up to adjust the decoration, he glanced at the black screen of the TV and froze. In the reflection, clear as day, was a small child sitting at a desk. But when he turned around, there was no one there.
I mean, is that not a kid sitting right there?
He looked back at the screen, and the figure was still there, making him flee the classroom. Could it have been the ghost of a child, or something even more sinister? Let me know your take on this. Haunted balloon.
I was in here cleaning up after some students had thrown a party, but what's been freaking me out is this one right here.
A janitor was cleaning up after a student party late at night. The school was built on a cemetery. Creepy enough already. But then he noticed something weird. A red balloon. He claimed it started following him, and to prove it, he filmed the whole thing. Sure enough, the balloon inched toward the camera.
I got you on camera now, so let's just, see? That right there.
It followed him out of the classroom, into the hallway, and just then, a dark shadow darted across the end of the corridor.
Well, I can't.
He was convinced the balloon was being moved by the spirit of someone buried beneath the school, and maybe that shadow was its accomplice. Whatever it was, if I were him, I wouldn't be staying late at that school ever again. Paranormal school. Chilling footage captured at a school in Cork Island left everyone uneasy. It was recorded at night in a quiet hallway. First, a door slammed shut on its own. Moments later, a locker began rocking back and forth violently. Then everything went silent until a locker door suddenly burst open and papers scattered across the floor. Just when it seemed over, the wet floor sign flipped and slid down the hallway by itself. The eerie activity was too specific to blame on wind or faulty equipment. Many staff members had already reported feeling a strange chill in that area, and after this footage surfaced, even skeptics began to wonder, what exactly was haunting that hallway? Rolling presence. In 2016, eerie footage emerged from a high school in Arkansas showing a janitor's cart gliding down an empty hallway, completely on its own. While many videos like this can be staged using string, this one raised eyebrows. The janitor insisted no one was seen entering or leaving the hallway before it happened. He also claimed the cart was far too heavy to be moved so smoothly by a string. What truly unsettled folks online was the way the cart changed direction midway, curving into a room. Could something unseen have been steering it? Or was it all just clever staging? Classroom disturbance.
El segundo L. Creo que son como las 2:17 de la mañana.
In the early morning hours, a teacher at a secondary college filmed something that rattled even the skeptics. He showed his watch to highlight the time, then panned across the quiet, empty school grounds. Inside a dim classroom, he paused by the window, revealing nothing out of the ordinary. But then, a chair at the back of the room suddenly slid sideways, unprovoked. The teacher laughed nervously.
2-10, a la chingada. No mames.
Until a second chair followed suit. Spooked, he left immediately. People online were split. Some claimed leftover student energy triggered the disturbance, while others chalked it up to string and staging. It felt like whatever was in the classroom didn't like being disturbed.
Qué verga.
Locker haunting. This creepy security cam footage has definitely raised a few eyebrows online. It was filmed inside a school hallway, though the location remains a mystery. The shot shows a quiet corridor with lockers and a couple of chairs. But just seconds in, things take a weird turn. A backpack suddenly flies across the hallway, seemingly from nowhere. Moments later, a poster peels off the wall by itself and flings toward the camera. Then, one of the chairs starts sliding across the floor, without anyone nearby. With no info on the school's past, there's little context to work with. But based on this footage alone, something doesn't feel right. Could this place be haunted, or is there more to the story? Haunted hallway. This eerie video was uploaded by a psychic or horror exploration team and appears to have been filmed in a haunted school somewhere in Japan. As the solo explorer walks down a hallway, a nearby window suddenly swings open on its own. She cautiously approaches, finding no explanation for the strange movement. But just as she turns back, something even more chilling catches her eye. A ghoulish face peering from behind a door. As she steps closer, the face seems to hover mid-air, pale and skeletal with sunken features and long black hair. Panic sets in, and just as she turns to flee, a door crashes off its hinges. The video cuts there, leaving the rest to imagination. Invisible student. Take a look at this footage and tell me it's not creepy. It shows a teacher alone in a classroom late at night, maybe rehearsing for the next day. But then he starts talking, nodding, gesturing. According to the post, he thought a parent had come to ask about their child. He answered questions, even pointed out class schedules. Totally calm. Totally normal, except there's no one there. CCTV shows nothing at the door, just the teacher chatting into thin air. And then the strangest part, he suddenly walks toward another room, like he's following someone, but the hallway was empty. So, who did he see? Midnight haunting. A couple of students snuck into their school late one night, curious if the rumors about it being haunted were true. While they were huddled together inside a classroom, something appeared at the window. A head, just peeking in like someone was crouched low outside. They rushed out into the hallway, but it was completely empty, and that's when it happened. The piano in the music room started playing by itself, the eerie, slow notes echoing down the corridor. The students ran out of there fast. Had they just seen a ghost? Because if it wasn't a person, what else could it be? Scary creature. And An adventurer was exploring an abandoned school at night, and well, as he wandered through the dark hallways, he suddenly heard the sound of something being thrown. Curious, he followed the noise and froze. Inside one of the rooms was a shadowy figure causing the ruckus. As he zoomed in with his camera, its face came into view, shiny, distorted, and anything but human. Even stranger, it had long, pointed ears, almost like a goblin. The man didn't stick around to find out more. That night marked the end of his thrill-seeking adventures. Graduation Ghost. Graduations are meant to be joyful, but this ceremony in the Philippines took a dark turn. As someone filmed the crowd, trying to capture the smiling graduates, a ghostly figure appeared on the roof of a nearby building. Dressed in white and eerily still, it looked almost like another student, until you realized it wasn't moving at all. The figure's gown resembled the students' robes, but its lifeless stance sent chills through netizens. Many believed it to be a white lady, a spirit tied to sorrow and tragedy. Whether the students saw her or not, the footage left the internet deeply unsettled. Swept away. This eerie clip shows a janitor calmly sweeping the veranda of a school in Victoria Laguna, Philippines. Everything looked normal until the objects behind him started moving on their own. The security camera caught a broom and dustpan sliding eerily across the floor, even though no one was near them. The worker didn't notice a thing. At first, it seems like it could have been the wind, but a closer look shows no trees swaying or signs of a breeze. The objects themselves also appeared too heavy to move that easily. So, what caused it? Just a random gust? Or something else sweeping through that hallway? Classroom Coffin. A man exploring an abandoned school rumored to be haunted stumbled upon something bizarre. In one of the rooms, there was a coffin. What was a coffin doing in a school? Curiosity got the best of him, so he slid the lid open, and he's regretted it ever since. Inside was a terrifying creature, bluish, ashy skin, massive fangs, and looking mummified. Some skeptics said it was just a costume or prop, but the man insisted he heard it breathing, like it was in some kind of slumber, waiting to wake up. Phantom Player.
Halloween night, some football families in Somar are sharing their real-life ghost story.
During a cheerleading routine at a high school football game, a woman captured something eerie, though she didn't notice it until a month later. As she rewatched the clip, she spotted a ghostly figure sprinting across the field, moving too fast and too pale to be human.
I said, oh my God, what is that? And I ran to my friends and, can you believe it? Can you see that?
The footage quickly went viral, with many convinced it showed the spirit of a long-gone athlete making one final play. Her daughter denied any video tampering, saying they barely knew how to use the phone. Was it a glitch? A trick of light? Or had a phantom really returned to finish one last game?
And she showed it to me and I was like, I don't know what that is.
Ghost Rider. Security footage overlooking a school entrance left one guard rattled. A bicycle was seen slowly moving on its own, as if someone invisible was trying to ride it, only to stop halfway. But what really spooked the guard was his claim that the bike hadn't even been there before. According to him, it seemed like something had brought it to the entrance. Something not human. Many began to speculate that a spirit, trapped inside the school grounds, was trying to make its escape. Whatever it wasn't the wind, and it certainly wasn't normal. Headless Hunt. In 2009, a video surfaced reportedly filmed in an abandoned school somewhere in Iraq. A group of boys explored the decaying building, laughing and filming as they went. At one point, they neared a door at the top of a stairwell, but suddenly turned and ran, spooked by something off camera.
What
Later, as they walked into a graffiti-covered room, a dark, headless figure could be seen silently approaching from behind. Strangely, the boys didn't react and casually moved upstairs. Some believe it was real footage of a ghost. Others argue it was just clever editing. Either way, the figure was chilling. Lingering mist. This eerie footage was recorded late one evening at a high school in Johannesburg. The hallway stood empty, lit only by dim overhead lights. Moments later, a childlike figure emerged, pale, translucent, and dressed in white. She limped slowly toward the camera before slipping silently through a doorway to the right. The movement was unsettling, deliberate, as if she had walked that path many times before. Was this just a trick of the light? Or had the camera caught something much older, still wandering the halls long after everyone had left? Student ghost? Late one evening, a security guard was monitoring CCTV footage when he spotted something spine-chilling. A misty figure appeared on the screen, faint yet unmistakable, slowly drifting up and down the stairwell.
Мы все здороваемся с ним теперь.
Да, я ему говорю, привет.
Видишь ребенок?
Видишь, как ребенок.
Когда выходит на черный.
The movement was eerily calm, almost deliberate. Some say a student once met with a tragic incident on those very stairs. Since then, strange sightings have become common. Many now believe that the spirit of the student still lingers, unable to move on.
Видишь?
Видишь? Вот здесь вообще как ребенок, смотри, да?
Капец, ты видишь?
Ну, конечно, вот и в телефоне вот оно.
Figure in tree. A guy who lived near a school was out on his roof when something strange caught his eye. In the dim light, he spotted a figure perched high in a tree on the school grounds.
¿Usted está viendo eso que yo estoy viendo? Figura humanoide.
It wasn't an animal. It looked humanoid. Still unmoving. He tried to zoom in for a closer look, but the moment he adjusted his camera, the figure vanished. No sign it had ever been there. He searched the yard for any clue, but found nothing. That night, he was convinced he hadn't imagined it. He'd seen something not of this world.
No, yo necesito bajar esto. ¿Cómo?
Roof watcher. They say schools and hospitals trap all kinds of emotions. Fear, pain, regret, and sometimes that energy lingers, pulling in things that don't belong to our world. Maybe this was one of those moments. A security guard was making rounds one night after hearing strange noises. That's when he spotted it. Someone, or something, crouched on the school's roof. It barely stood out, blending right into the night sky. Was it a wandering spirit drawn to the building's history, or something darker, a creature patiently waiting for its next move? Wandering balloons. This eerie CCTV clip went viral, and not for a good reason. A security guard was seen entering a reportedly haunted school, holding a bunch of balloons. He casually placed them near the entrance before heading deeper into the hallway. But that's when things got weird. The balloons didn't stay put. They began to float toward him, slowly, as if being guided. When he turned around and saw them, he didn't look shocked. Instead, he appeared to be in conversation. But with who? The balloons? Or the spirits holding them? The footage gave everyone the chills. Many were convinced something paranormal was at play, and that the balloons weren't the only things wandering the halls that night. Endless spin. This eerie clip was filmed near a playground in Austria. The uploader had taken his dog out for a walk when they came across a park that was completely deserted. There were no children playing and no adults in sight, just an eerie stillness in the air. But then something strange caught his eye. In the middle of the playground, a spinning wheel was turning rapidly. What made it unsettling was that there was no one around to push it, and it never slowed down. The uploader admitted he didn't think much of it at first, but the more he re-watched the clip, the more it unnerved him. In the window. In this footage, a man might have captured something supernatural at the local high school. The video began with a wide shot of the main building, but something about one particular window seemed off. The cameraman zoomed in, revealing a dark figure lurking inside the room. A few seconds later, it vanished without a trace. Netizens offered theories. Some thought it was a ghost, while others said it could have been a burglar or even a janitor. But considering the history of El Paso High School, the ghost theory held weight. For years, both students and staff reported chilling encounters and claimed to see spirits wandering the halls. This sighting only deepened the mystery.
Oh, it just disappeared.
Uninvited guest. This eerie footage left people deeply unsettled. Captured on a CCTV camera, it showed a man with a flashlight entering a building at night. Just seconds after he stepped inside, something strange followed him. A ghostly figure, barely visible, walked the same path before vanishing into the darkness. It didn't seem like a trick of the light or a glitch in the footage. Many believe this was genuine proof that spirits can latch onto people and follow them from place to place. The man appeared completely unaware, but whatever followed him didn't seem interested in staying behind. Haunted swing. Take a look at what this CCTV camera captured. It left people wondering if the local park was actually haunted. At first, nothing seemed out of the ordinary, but then, out of nowhere, one of the swings began to move, not just a gentle sway. It rocked back and forth, as if something invisible had just sat down. The rest of the playground was completely still, just that one swing moving on its own. The footage quickly made its way around the neighborhood, freaking out local kids. And honestly, who could blame them? That didn't look natural at all. Picnic guest. A family was out enjoying a nighttime picnic, laughing, eating, and watching the kids play. Everything seemed perfect until someone decided to record the moment. As the camera panned across the group, it caught something no one noticed in real time. Sitting just beyond the family was a motionless figure in a ghostly white robe. Its black hair hung over its face, and one eye glowed eerily in the dark. No one reacted. It was as if the thing wasn't even there, but the footage says otherwise. And honestly, that's straight up horror movie territory. Court haunting. This unsettling CCTV footage was filmed at 1:44 a.m. inside a school gymnasium. The basketball court was completely empty until something strange happened. A faint, ghostly figure appeared near the center of the court, then faded out. Some folks online brushed it off, saying it was just a glitch, maybe old footage overlapping with the new. But others weren't so sure. They believe this could be something much more chilling, proof that even empty gyms might not be so empty after all. Shadow children. Late one night in Mexico, 2 police officers were patrolling near an old elementary school when something stopped them cold. Inside the locked gates, long shut for years, they saw the silhouettes of 2 small children. Before they could make sense of it, the figures screamed and darted off into the darkness. But it wasn't just the timing or the place, it was how the kids looked. No features were visible. They seemed like complete shadows. People online were quick to call them shadow people, believing the officers may have encountered something paranormal. Whatever they were, it's safe to say those cops didn't sleep easy that night. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.